This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping a foot on the what? On the next. We keeping a foot on the what? On the next. Now let's get on to it. See, y'all need to keep that same energy, dog. Let me say it again. Y'all needs to keep that same energy. Tyson Fury gets to duck even Dillian White. And Dillian White is not the highest heavyweight on my stock, but I could understand that fight. So he gets to duck him to now say that he wants a tune-up fight. Come on, man. Keep that same energy, dog. Let me say it again. Keep that same energy. See, this is the problem with reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. But they don't understand. Reverse biasism, detractisms, and panderisms is like a ceiling cap. Once they go up, blue, they must come tumbling down. We have to sit here and we have to look at the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and the cutthroat truth-teller fashion that's associated behind Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and why there's a double standards that's associated with boxing. You're not keeping that same energy. How does Tyson Fury on one end get to sit here and validate to you that I've been off boxing, so I need a tune-up? So Deontay Wilder wasn't off? Higgity fucking hush, man. They're supposed to fight their trilogy fight. See, any fighter that's sitting here doing this all bark and no bite. Let me say it again. All bark and no bite. And number 3, for the number of confirmation, all bark and no bite. And sitting here and telling you they need a tune-up when everybody's in the same predicament as a fighter, higgity fucking hush. Tyson Fury, we ain't trying to hear that fuck shit. There's a third fight that needs to happen between you and Deontay Wilder. There don't need to be no damn tune-up. You guys need to run that motherfucker back later this year. Why the fuck do you need a tune-up? You are in the same boat that a Deontay Wilder is in. When was the last time Deontay Wilder had a tune-up fight? See, you boxing fans, y'all don't keep the same energy over here. You guys are double standards or walking double standards. You guys are bona fide opera singers. Y'all jump on one channel, yeah, and y'all jump on another channel, yeah. And I'm talking about the reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders. Because what they do is clear syndrome of Rudy Poo-isms. It's clear syndrome of classic Doden troglodytisms. It's clear syndrome of ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric isms. Because they don't want to keep that same energy, dog. Because in keeping that same energy, dog, you have to turn around and say, hold up, Tyson Fury. A DuckTales, woo. A DuckTales, woo. There's a stranger out to find you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do is grab on you some DuckTales, woo. Why do you need a fucking tune-up? You and Deontay Wilder's in the same boat. You beat him, supposedly, right? Via Glovegate, right? You cheated your ass off. You won that fight off of cheating. You should be feeling yourself. The reason why Tyson Fury is doing this is because he sees that Deontay Wilder's back on his shit. He sees that Deontay Wilder's training like nobody's business. He sees that Deontay Wilder's already in fight shape. He sees that Deontay Wilder has made some fundamental changes, and he knows that Deontay Wilder's getting ready to catch a fucking body. Let me say it again. He knows that Deontay Wilder's getting ready to catch a fucking body, and it's about Bomb Squad. Let me say it again. It's about Bomb Squad, and he don't want no parts of that because he knows that Deontay Wilder is in that mode of, you know what? I'm going to treat you like I did, Bermani Severn in that second fight. I'm coming into that fight basically possessed, and I'm coming in to knock your ass out. Tyson Fury could feel that energy off of Deontay Wilder. He felt that energy in their first fight when they gave him a 14.06 second Undertaker moment for him to get his ass up. Last time I checked, this fight is technically 2-0 in Deontay Wilder's favor. But if you want to look at it from a fight fan perspective, it's still 2-0. Because Deontay Wilder knocked out, literally knocked out. We're not talking about TKO. He knocked out Tyson Fury. Jack Reese held his damn whistle, held his damn count for 5 seconds, and then counted 9.06 seconds. There's a video out here that shows you that this shit is true. 14.06 seconds that he allowed Tyson Fury to get up. We have never seen no cockamamie shit like this in boxing. And then the even worse cockamamie iteration was the glove gate, which he should have been disqualified for cheating in that fight. So Deontay Wilder should technically be up 2-0. But here we are in the third fight. And we have a draw, and we have a second fight supposedly in Tyson Fury's favor. So Tyson Fury, based on the way that they cheated everything in your favor twice, you are the one right now that's sitting on top of the food chain via cheating. Now, is it because the cheating is making you feel guilty? Is it because you know that the chickens are going to come to roost, like Malcolm X says? Let me say it again. You know the chickens are going to come to roost, and you know that Deontay Wilder is going to flatline your ass? Or is it because you just want to position yourself to find a way to get out of that fight? Because this is what you guys have to understand what fighters do. If he turns around and fights a Tuneup, and let's say he does not perform up to par, he could turn around and come up with some cockamamie nonsense to say, well, after the Tuneup fight, I feel like I got to fight a Dillian White. This prolongs this shit. Because these things can happen in boxing, man. I done told you guys, boxing is a three-pronged monster. Economics, politics, and pugilism. Let me say it again. Boxing is a three-pronged monster. Economics, politics, and pugilism. And what you're seeing is that the three-pronged monster of boxing is moving and is operating at its highest form, in its highest degree, and its highest level right now in this Wilder and Fury fiasco. Because why does Deontay Wilder have to wait? Deontay Wilder was the one that gave Tyson Fury a chance when nobody else gave him a chance. This was a drug, alcohol-induced addict. Let me say it again. He was a drug, alcohol-induced addict. If Deontay Wilder didn't diss this guy, he wouldn't have come back to boxing. So Deontay Wilder saved you twice. He dissed you so much to the point to where you felt motivated to have to come back to the sport. And then on top of that, he gave you an opportunity when he didn't have to as a WBC heavyweight champion. And by the way, he's not being respected as the modern day heavyweight, because I don't know Anthony Joshua has that status or Tyson Fury has that status, that this guy tied Muhammad Ali for 10 title defense wins. Still not being talked about. Because what's prevalent here is that beta males are so hot and bothered like grits about Deontay Wilder's true alpha energy. Let me say it again. Beta males are hot and bothered like grits about Deontay Wilder's true alpha energy. This is the thing with true alphas. They make the beta come out of these damn males. Whew, what I said was so deep and profound. Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me? Hear me? Well, the true alpha energy makes the beta come out of these males, because what happens is these males are faced with the underlying truths of life. He's everything that I'm fucking not, i.e. reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders. That's the cold-hearted, that's the unadulterated, and that's the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. That's why you see they're guinea pigging behind the ultimate true beta in freaking Tyson Fury and saying, well, Deontay Wilder doesn't deserve to fight. Rudy pulling plum brain. Oh, Deontay Wilder doesn't deserve to fight. Classic doted troglodyte. Deontay Wilder doesn't deserve to fight. Ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. How the fuck does he deserve to fight when he gave Tyson Fury his chance when nobody else was giving Tyson Fury his chance? Tyson Fury was a drug-induced field, alcohol-induced field addict. And if it wasn't for Deontay Wilder, he wouldn't have his opportunity. So now you making Deontay Wilder wait when we know damn well the next fight should be the fucking trilogy fight? What is going on here? What's even worse is these boxing fans, i.e. reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders, that tell you that they're supposed purists and connoisseurs when really they are insecure and miserable as you know what in their lives, and they're hot and bothered like grits because Deontay Wilder's true alpha energy exposes their beta male tendencies, man. That's what it is at its truest and its most properest levels. Because when it's all said and done, if you are truly about let you keep it baxing, which is a one-trick pony archaic viewpoint, and that has been debunked by the three-pronged monster that he knows the sport has standardized, has been trend-standardized, which is economics, politics, and pugilism. And if that is the case, then keep that same energy, dog. Let me say it again. Keep that same energy, dog, and demand Tyson Fury to not pull this cockamamie tune-up bullshit and say, you know what? You need to run this back because we need to find out who's definitively the winner, because we're going to need whoever wins that fight to fight Anthony Joshua. That's the cold-hearted, that's the unadulterated, and that's the cutthroat two-teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. I keeps the foot on the what? On the X. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.